Hey, Maynard T back. Uh, it's been a little while since I was last on. It wasn't intended. I had a little problem with my notebook or notepad, whatever. Um, but I watch Dave Hughes a lot. Dave Hughes is a great review of vloggers, and about a week ago he had one from Charlie Bow 313, and it was about Muskegon. I think it was Muskegon Heights specifically, and kind of taking you around a little tour of the area, uh, and kind of showing the more depressed parts of town. So I got to thinking, are there any parts or anything about Muskegon that's special? Anything that brings the people together, and anything everyone has in common? And there is one thing. There's one thing that everyone, well, most people will agree on, and that is high school football is big in this town. And so I thought today I would take you on a little stadium tour of 3 powerhouse football programs, not only in Muskegon, but in the state of Michigan. And these schools from north to south will be heading. There's only a difference of about maybe 3 miles, 4 miles that separate the 3 schools. In Michigan, football is divided up into 8 divisions, 1 through 8. Division 1 is the biggest school by student population, all the way down to Division 8, which is the smallest. So today we're going to be talking about 3 schools that are Division 2, Division 3, and Division 8. And the way the state kind of classifies people at the end of the year, sometimes things get gerrymandered a little bit, and you can either drop a class or go up a class depending on the number of teams that make it in. You need to lose no more than 3 games during the season, and you'll end up either 5-3 or 6-3 is the minimum record you can get in. If you lose 3 games or less, you're in the playoffs. Currently, we're going to be going to Muskegon High, the Muskegon Big Reds. They're currently ranked number 1 in the state in Division 3. They have been historically a powerhouse team, and so I thought I'd take you over to Hackley Field. Now I'm hoping that I'm going to try, because they're so close, I'm going to try to pause the video and then restart it. So hopefully I can do it all in one vlog and not have to make 2 or 3. So with that, and try to switch it around, but we will take you to Hackley Stadium, home of the Big Reds. Alright, I don't know why I can't get the thing to reverse, but here's Hackley Stadium, home of the Muskegon Big Reds. Currently they're 8-0, and like I said, they're ranked number 1 in Division 3. So if you come here, you're probably going to get your hind end whooped. So this is Hackley Field. Sorry about it, but I couldn't reverse it. Okay, so that was Hackley Stadium, home of the Big Reds. The next stop on the tour is Muskegon Catholic. So if there is an epicenter of football dynasty, of football powerhouse, it is Muskegon Catholic. They are Division 8, which is the smallest division in 11-man football. They've won 13 state championships, and they've won the last 4 state championships, 2013, 14, 15, and 16. They haven't lost a game probably since 2013. They are an absolute powerhouse. They play in a conference. It's a rather small conference. There's maybe 5 teams in it. And there's a couple of them that are like Division 4 schools. So they're always playing for the most part above their division, but they're playing Division 5 and Division 4 schools in their conference. They are the best. If you're a Muskegon Catholic fan, book your room down in Detroit, because Muskegon Catholic will be there. So we're going to take a really short ride over to Holmes Field, home of the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. Alrighty, so we're going to have a little bit better luck getting in here today. But this is Holmes Field, home of the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. They're currently 8-0 and number 1 in Division 8. And many teams, this is a burial ground for many opponents. These guys just do not lose. It's too bad they're mowing the lawn today, or the field today, because the one thing about Muskegon Catholic's field is that we're, maybe a mile, if that, from Lake Michigan. And this is the Seagulls' home port here on their field. A lot of Seagulls land over here, and so the field is full of seagull crap half the time. So unfortunately we won't be able to get that. I can't really see what I'm videoing, so I'm hoping I'm getting the field okay. But this is the powerhouse of West Michigan, and I just don't think anybody in the state is gonna, Division 8 is gonna beat these guys. So if you're looking for a good ass whipping, this is a really good place for it to happen. Alright, so that was Muskegon Catholic. I forgot to mention that that drive was just a little over 2 miles, and that's kind of the long way. A lot of one-way streets in Muskegon. So it's about 2 miles from Hackley Stadium to Holmes Field. So now we're going to go to the third stop on this football frenzy tour, and we're going to go to Mona Shores. Mona Shores is Division 2, and their record right now is 7-1. They lost 1 game this year. They lost just this past Friday to the Muskegon Big Reds. They're currently ranked number 3 in Division 2, and so we'll go take a look at their stadium. I wanted to save them for last. They've just really started becoming really good in football. They didn't have a lot of success until recently, but they made some deep runs into the playoffs, and so I thought we would go over there and take a look at their place. Now this I can tell you right now, this is not a place Charlie Bow 313 will be filming. He will not be filming the projects of Norton Shores. Mona Shores is in the city of Norton Shores, and he will not be vlogging the projects of Norton Shores. So let's take a really short trip down the road here, and we will be at Mona Shores High School. Okay, so here we are, Mona Shores, home of the Mona Shores Sailors. And as you can see, it is a pretty nice field. Like I said, they've just recently became one of the premier Division II schools. Like I said, they've lost one game. I think we'll just stay up here. They had a home game against the Muskegon Big Reds, and Big Reds beat them last week. There were over 11,000 people at the game this last Friday night here at this field. For some reason I thought it was artificial turf, but it's natural grass. But 11,000 people. It's just pretty amazing how this program has really just exploded. Like I said, it's home of a lot of the professionals in the Muskegon area. It's a really great area to live. We've got Mona Lake and Lake Michigan, and just a really, really good school system. So here it is, Mona Shores High School. Okay, so there you have it. 3 of the this wig I shouldn't have got this one. 3 of the powerhouse football programs, not only in Muskegon but in the state. And that last ride was from Muskegon Catholic to Mona Shores, was about 3 miles. So give or take, it's about 5 miles from Hackley Stadium to Mona Shores High School. So within a 5-mile radius, you have 3 of the best football programs in the state. So if anybody watches this, I'm sure they'll say something like, well, ours, we've got this, that, and this school and that school. And I understand. This isn't meant to be like, we got, Muskegon has something that nobody else does. But I just kind of wanted to vlog something with Muskegon that was a little bit on the more positive side. Not to throw shade at Charlie Bow or anything like that. But I happen to really like high school football, and Muskegon has some of the best. So I think what I might do, if someone watches this or anyone watches it, this is the last week of the regular season for high school football. Some teams still have a chance to make the playoffs. So if time permits, I might take you around the Muskegon area and show you the teams from the Muskegon area that made the playoffs. And introduce you to one of the best small school conferences in the state as well. So with that, talk to you later.